Next up, at UFC Saudi Arabia, we have Kyung Ho Kang fighting Muin Gafurov. And this is a very interesting fight. I am surprised that there is an actual bona fide favorite in this fight. Jacob is showing pictures from the time him and I fist fought. If you haven't seen that video, Jacob and I fist fought. And it wasn't, we are still best friends. Like, this wasn't a try to rip somebody's head off kind of fight, but it was certainly...
But there goes your head, and there it went.
That doesn't land. That doesn't... You can see in the picture, you're fully extended, and it's not connected.
You cut the cameras after that landed. Edit that out. Edit that out.
Here's a peek behind the scenes. There were camera cuts, and there were extended breaks between rounds because Jacob,
had COVID.
The gym rat, was far more tired than Big Papa Bozinski.
I literally had COVID that entire week. I was on my deathbed that entire week.
You were supposed to be the one in shape, and you're the one begging for extra time, breathing heavier than you should. We have Kyung Ho Kang taking on Muin Gafurov. Again, this is an interesting fight, and I am surprised that there's a bona fide favorite in this fight. We have Kyung Ho Kang. He's a well-rounded guy. He uses range to keep you at distance before working in some takedowns. He averages about 2 takedowns per fight, and once he gets you to the ground, he's got heavy top pressure, solid submissions. He is a low-volume striker, but he does have incredible power. He's coming off that decision loss to John Castaneda, where he was taken down 3 times. He's taking on Muin Gafurov. He is looking for his first UFC win. He is a wrestler who's going to plant his feet. What?
Oh, Muin
do I have the flags? I got the flags wrong? Whatever. They are backwards. The flags are backwards, but those are the correct flags. We have Tajik Muin Gafurov. He's a wrestler. He's going to plant his feet. He will trade punch for punch with anybody. He's incredibly exciting, incredibly high-paced. Solid skills everywhere. He's got power in his hands. Solid wrestling, good speed, good cardio, but he does get sucked into brawls. And that can be a problem because he will lose complete control of the situation when he does. He is still looking for his first UFC win, but his 2 losses are actually decent. Short notice loss to a sexy Mexi in his UFC debut. And then his most recent loss was he shot a takedown, went to his wrestling roots, didn't want to brawl it out with Said Nurmagomedov, got sucked up into a guillotine. When I broke this fight down last Friday, 4 days ago, whatever the hell that was, in my quick picks video, this was dead even. -110, -110. And I picked Muin. He is winless in the UFC. And while Kang has been successful in the UFC, he is aging. And I think this could be Muin's first UFC win. He has the wrestling. He has a willingness to trade. He is a durable guy. His willingness to trade is concerning because Kang has so much power. But I think Muin's wrestling, I think his durability will work well for him. I do think Muin wins this fight. He is going to be the pick, and I'm wishing I placed a bet on him when I saw him at -110 instead of the -160 he's sitting at now. What do you think, Jakey Bombalotes?
There's 2 comments that I think are pretty funny. Ezekiel said, Muin Gafurov, definitely a foot guy, which I got a lot of that.
You see the smirk?
And then somebody also said, Santiago said, Muin looks like he'll help you move. Just seems like
just a friendly, like a neighbor.
Just a friendly guy. Yeah. Can you help me move? Yeah.
That is a wild smile to do for your, okay, stand there, gloves, and they do like 9 poses, and then they're like,
just happy.
We're ready? And he's like,
right? I made it to the UFC. Tajikistan stand up. Him and Naimov on the card together, both Tajikistan guys. Listen, I like Muin. You know what's funny about that Said fight is I think everybody in the entire world predicted exactly what that was going to happen. Everybody said he's probably going to shoot a takedown and get guillotined because Said's got these crazy front chokes, and Muin's going to go to the wrestling because he couldn't really get the wrestling going, but that's really what he wants to do at the base. Everybody in the world seemed to know that was going to happen except for Muin. I think I like Muin, but I think I had Said submission bets. It was just like the most predictable thing, and then it happened, and Muin's like pissed off. It's like, Jesus, man, we all thought it was going to happen. I like Muin here, but I don't love it, man. I mean, he should have... In my mind, the bigger moments, right? The takedowns, he throws heavy, he throws wild, he does the spinning stuff, he's going to have the bigger moments. But Kyung Ho Kang is a guy that is durable at times, will probably have like the forward pressure, in my opinion, like at least at space. What I don't love about Kang is that it's a lot of empty pressure. He will walk you down, but he's not doing a whole lot. So him winning rounds against a guy like Muin, to me, is kind of a tough ask for him because Muin does throw the power. He can level change. But I do worry again about Muin with these submissions of Kyung Ho Kang. He is kind of one of those slick guys that's not well known for the submissions. And if you come in expecting, which he should have against Said, and he wasn't, and he got guillotined, it's a little bit easier against these guys that can kind of sneak that stuff in there. So I'm going to go Muin here. I love Muin. Muin's a former lock of the week, but, in this matchup, I do worry a little bit. I want to see Muin get a win before I start betting him, especially against a guy that can be, kind of sneaky good like Kyung Ho Kang. So I think Muin should win this matchup, but, I need him to win before I'm betting him at this point.
Can you hear my kids in the background screaming?
Samadana.
Can you hear it?
Samadana.
It's wild on the other side of this door. There's some shit going down in that kitchen. I don't know what it is, but it's wild. You and I are on the same side, and we're not very, very confident. Would you have bet Muin if you were me 2 days ago and you saw that he was minus 110?
No, I mean if he was a dog, I think that's worth it. But
Sure.
I really need to see him, get a win and look like he should. I mean, you saw flashes against Sexy Mexi and stuff, but he does
Sure.
get hit. He does not get every takedown he shoots, and he obviously can get submitted too. So
Yeah, and listen, I have everything swapped here. The stats are swapped. Muin's the 28-year-old. Kyung is the 36. It's swapped, okay, guys? It is what it is. My bad. My bad.
They said that the rumor is that Chael's starting, that Connor pulled out because he's in rehab, and we might need to figure out where he's headed and get you.
Somebody said Angelo's slurring like crazy, and I get it. I am drinking, but, like, I haven't slurred. I had the one slip up early.
Sure.
This is like, what was that movie, Road Trip?
You're the least self-aware drunk. No, I'm not drunk. Maybe it should be fun.
Was it Road Trip where he's like,
how many times am I going to tell you, Angelo, stop yelling?
Was it? Oh, I'm loud. There's no fixing that.
If you guys have never been around Angelo when he drinks.
Sober drunk doesn't matter. Oh, I get. Tiff lets me know. She makes it very clear. You're loud. We're all in the same room. But was it Road Trip where he's like, and I got her panties, and they're just like a giant. They were massive. Right. But then the Indian dude thought he was like slaying, and it's just him like a drunk mess walking around that bar.
No, that's the Indian. That you're mixing two different movies.
Oh, I'm thinking of
Beer Fest.
Yeah, if you can't.
He's in the bathroom and he's like looking in the mirror. He's like, "Wow, you're a sexy motherfucker," and he thinks he's like suave. And then it cuts him in real life. He's got a box on his head. He's like,
Beer Fest is a sneaky great movie. Yeah,
what's
the grandmother with the sausage. If you don't know what it is, you can't afford it.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Yeah. Well, either way, Jacob and I both on the same side of this pick, but no bets, or at least not right now. I may end up doing something on Muin. I don't know what yet. Maybe I'll have to wait for those takedown props because I do think he's going to wrestle his ass off. The Prize Picks line yesterday was 1.5 takedowns on Muin. I do think he's going to wrestle, and I do think he was going to get 2 takedowns, and then they pulled that line. That probably ends up back, but they did pull it. And we'll see what BetOnline offers. DraftKings has takedown lines as well. I will probably do something like that because I do think Muin's going to... He tried to wrestle in the last fight, and I think he's going to wrestle in this fight as well, especially knowing Kang's power. And he's looking for his win.
Koreans love wrestling.
$8,500 in DraftKings.
Oh, the wrestling Korean parlay. Kyung Ho Lee and Muin Gafurov.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. $8,500 in DraftKings Fantasy. I think I will do that. I think I am going to spend that on Muin because I think he's going to wrestle. 5 points per takedown, control time matters, all of those things. Are you going to spend the money on Muin?
We hear that.
Yeah, that's a baby.
I'm not spending on Muin. No, I think there's probably better spots on this card.
Well, there you go. And I do. This is a false statement. I don't like. Oop, hold on. That's a true statement.
Whoa.
This is a false statement. This is a false statement. I don't get touchy when I drink. I don't touch people when I drink.
You're touchy all the time. You always, when you talk to people, you're touching their arm and touching their leg.
Like slapping somebody in the chest, being like, "What's up, pussy?" That's
or
not
when you
touchy.
when you're like grabbing their. Because I actually said it. You know what's funny is I was talking to.
Here comes a lie.
No, this is 100%. This is 100% true. So on Fridays, obviously Minty does the weigh-in show for us Fridays. We love Minty for her doing that for the weigh-in shows. But while we're doing it, I obviously watch the weigh-ins too. So I'll text Minty during it. And we talk about the weigh-ins and what we see and stuff like that. And there was a weigh-in show with the actual weigh-in show for 302 with DC. And there's Chris Weidman's sitting right next to him, and DC's always like just holding his arm and grabbing his arm every time he's talking to him, you know, and touchy. And I mentioned that to Minty, and I was like, that's exactly what Angelo does. If you're sitting next to him on the couch or whatever, he's always reaching over and grabbing it, or hey, or this or that. He's always got. I sit here and I talk to you like this, but you're always touching, you're grabbing. You probably don't realize.
Go watch the Fight Food vlog. You know how this is not true? Go watch the Fight Foods vlogs.
Well, obviously for the video, you don't.
Oh,
act like
okay.
That,
oh, okay.
I'm not saying it's a bad. I'm not saying you're like weird about it. You're just a guy that.
No, that's literally what you're saying.
No, because DC does it too. It's just like a simple like arm grab or hey or this.
Oh, so now it's a fat thing. I just turned into an angry drunk right now. I just
the shoe fits.
Yeah. Oh, Tiffany texted me. She was like in the room. I was in like she was in here relaxing. I was in the main room, and she said those 2 slices of pizza on the counter for the kids. And I was like, did you just text me that I'm fat from the other room? She's like, no, so that you could eat them, or so that they could eat them. I'm like, all right, because if that was like a warning, like don't eat the pizza, fuck you. I mean,
that's what it was. Yeah.
It 100% was. Either way. We're both on Muin Gafurov. If you do want to check out any bets that we will end up placing, I am going to monitor that takedown line closely. If it pops and I drop, that will get pushed to your phone. Through the Discord, you can, oh, Jesus Christ, unlock the Discord notifications by linking your premium account. Just go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member. It's $. After you become a member, go to the account page, link your Discord. Notifications will be pushed to your phone.
And I just want to say this too, guys. You know, you guys know how much I try to keep these streams professional and, you know, on the up and up. There's no doubt about that. You know, I'm never on narcotics or any type of substances or.
Why would you clarify narcotics? Who accused you of being on narcotics?
People are always like, that dude's on cocaine. That dude's always on cocaine. This goes. True. I mean, just because I got high energy sometimes, and now we're on this matinee. But you know, I do want to apologize for Angelo's behavior, and hopefully we can clean it up next week. Big week next week.
Angelo gets drunk on vacation. I also. I am drunk, dude. I fucking spilled on my shirt. I get drunk on vacation. What kind of vacation is it? You don't drink during the day. What are we talking about
drink
here?
in Vegas.
That's on you. That's stupid as shit. I will be drunk, and I will not touch you if you come to say hi. I heard it. Okay. Super chat, $2. Quint says, hair looks great. Thank you. Great hair day.
Happy birthday to Quint.
Wow. Oh, happy birthday, Quint. He didn't say happy birthday to me, fucking asshole.